Fasting in Islam is called Swam during the month of Ramadan, which is a special month in the Islamic calendar. Muslims wake up early before dawn to eat a meal called suhoor. When the sun sets, they break their fast with a meal called iftar, often starting with dates and water. Fasting is required for adult Muslims, but children, sick people, travelers, pregnant women, and others who might have difficulties are not required to fast. If someone can't fast for a valid reason, they can make it up later or do something good, like feeding the poor. Fasting isn't just about food and drink. Muslims also try to avoid bad habits like lying, fighting, or saying mean things. It's a time to focus on being kind, helping others, and praying to God. At the end of Ramadan, there's a big celebration called Eid al-Fitr, where everyone prays, eats delicious food, and gives gifts to celebrate completing the fast. Some Christians fast during special times, like Lent, which is the 40 days before Easter. During Lent, many people choose to give up certain foods, drinks, or habits as a way to remember Jesus and his sacrifice. Catholics fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. They also abstain from meat on all Fridays in Lent. Ash Wednesday is a solemn reminder of human mortality and the need for reconciliation with God. It marks the beginning of the penitential Lenten season. Good Friday is the Friday before Easter. It is the day that Christians annually observe the commemoration of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. On Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, and all Fridays of Lent, everyone of ages 14 and up must abstain from consuming meat. The Daniel fast, followed by some Christians, is a spiritual practice inspired by the biblical figure Daniel. It involves eating only simple plant-based foods and avoiding meat, sweets, and processed items. Typically, the fast lasts for 21 days, based on the time periods mentioned in the book of Daniel, where Daniel consumed only vegetables and water to honor his faith. This fast is not just about diet, but also about spiritual reflection and devotion. Others may fast for personal reasons, like seeking guidance from God, saying sorry for mistakes, or asking for help in tough times. Fasting in Christianity is not about following strict rules, but about doing it with a sincere heart. People can fast in different ways. Some skip meals, while others give up things like sweets, social media, or other comforts. It's always about growing spiritually and feeling closer to God through prayer, reflection, and kindness to others. There are several days in the Jewish calendar when fasting is observed, but the most well-known is Yom Kippur, which is called the Day of Atonement. It's the holiest day of the year in Judaism, and Jewish people fast for about 25 hours, from sunset to focus on repentance, prayer, and connecting with God. On Yom Kippur, Jewish people also don't do other things like bathing, wearing perfume, or having intimate relations. As part of focusing on spiritual reflection, they spend a lot of time in synagogue, praying and asking God for forgiveness for any wrongs they've done. Another important fast day is Tisha B'Av, which remembers the destruction of the ancient temples in Jerusalem and other sad events in Jewish history. On this day, Jewish people also fast and read sad prayers to remember these tragedies. There are other smaller fast days throughout the year, like the Fast of Gedaliah or the Fast of Esther, which remember specific events in Jewish history. Some people, like pregnant women, sick people, or children, don't have to fast if it might harm their health. Many Hindus fast on special days, like Ekadashi, which happens twice a month, Shivaratri, dedicated to Lord Shiva, or Navratri, a 9-day festival for the goddess Durga. During these times, people might fast completely or eat only simple food. Fasting is also common during festivals like Karva Chauth, where married women fast for the health and long life of their husbands. In Buddhism, fasting is seen as a way to practice mindfulness, self-discipline, and reduce attachment to desires. Some Buddhists fast on certain days, like during Uposatha, which happens on the full moon, new moon, and quarter moon. On these days, they may eat only one meal or fast. During Vasa, a time when monks stay in retreat during the rainy season, they may follow stricter dietary rules. In Zen Buddhism, fasting can be part of meditation retreats. However, fasting is not something all Buddhists do. It's practiced by some monks and laypeople, but it's not a requirement for everyone. Mormons, members of the Latter-day Saint movement, Mormons fast on the first Sunday of each month. Members are asked to go without food and drink for 2 consecutive meals, or approximately 24 hours. Baha'is. The Baha'is' fast takes place during Allah, the 19th month of the Baha'i year, from March 2nd to 20th. Baha'is practice fasting as a discipline for the soul. They see abstaining from food as an outer symbol of a spiritual fast.